Okay, time for another tube. Hi, folks. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. It's very hottest day so far of the summer here in Slovenia, but it's beautiful. I think it's gonna turn into thunder later today or tomorrow. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about Guru Yoga today. Guru Yoga. And I wanted to, I'll start going through these basic topics of Tantric Yoga, explaining the basic views and basic practices of traditional Tantric Yoga. So when I use the word Tantra or any traditional Tantric teacher or Tantric guru uses the word Tantra, we don't mean anything sexual or some no sexual connection whatsoever. So let's first make that clear. This, how to say, the connection with sexual practices is a modern thing that I think started with Osho Rajneesh, the a bit very suspicious fellow from India who went to United States. But yeah, no sexual things involved here when we speak of Tantra. So Guru Yoga. What is Guru Yoga? So um, we have two different types of spiritual paths, spiritual methods. And in Buddhism, these are classified, these two categories, as Sutra or Sutric and Tantra or Tantric. So Sutric and Tantric. And it's easier to explain Sutric by explaining what Tantric path means, Tantric yoga means. And what it means is that in Tantra, there are Guru, the master, the lineage holder, who gives empowerments. So, Guru, empowerments, and empowerments are these. I'm giving one empowerment later today. It's Saturday, 30th of May, and I'm giving a Guru Yoga empowerment of Guru Rinpoche and Yeshe Tsogyal today. But what empowerments are, they are these transmissions, specific, special transmissions of various deities or spiritual energies or shaktis that the teacher, when teacher gives an empowerment, it kind of ignites something within the student's own body mind. So the empowerment is something that initiates, um, depending on which empowerment it is, what empowerment it is, it initiates or ignites something in the student. And I'm not going to go into empowerments in more detail here, but in tantric systems, you have gurus who give empowerments, who also give, of course, instructions and advice. So, guru empowerments, and then empowerments lead to mantras. So, mantra is the main tool of the tantric path. And mantras, what they are, you have mantras. So of course we have prayers in all traditional spiritual training systems. Prayers are everywhere in spirituality, whether sutric, tantric, whatever. But mantras are special formulas of words and syllables that are received from the guru through empowerment that the practitioner can then um, practice the mantra in different ways. And of course, there are many different techniques that, one can do some breathing practice with mantra, a visualization with mantra. Um, there are mudras also. Mudra is like a physical equivalent of mantra. So this is basically what the tantric methodology, these three, what the tantric methodology is built on, and what are also the signs of a tantric method. However, compared to sutra, sutric method, the role of the teacher, you could also call it. I mean, in India, uh, in other areas in Himalaya, even the teachers of sutric practices are called gurus. But I prefer to reserve the uh, name guru for a teacher or master of a tantric method. So, so you still have teachers or gurus in sutric system, but you do not have empowerments. So empowerments do not exist. Of course, there are like different kinds of rituals and ceremonies, like ordinations of different types, lay ordination, monastic ordination, that are kind of empowerments. There are definitely strong blessings, big blessings, and lots of Shakti, spiritual energy involved, but it's still not the same as empowerments in tantric system. Similar, but the purpose is different, because in tantric systems, empowerments are frequently given by the guru, and this simply doesn't exist in the same way in sutra like it does in tantra. So position of a guru, teacher different, no empowerments, and also no mantra. No mantra received through empowerment. And again, there are prayers, beautiful, beautiful prayers, and what do they call them? Oh, now I can't remember the Sanskrit name of a dharani. Dharani is the term that I was looking for. But these beautiful prayers, dharanis, sutras, and so on that are chanted, which always contain the blessings, the Shakti. But again, it is different than mantra received from empowerment from a guru who represents whatever tantric lineage we are discussing. So here we already uh, get a bit of sense how sutra and tantra are different. But how it is in practice is where the main difference is. How it is in the actual, whether retreat practice or group practice or one's individual home practice, here the difference really comes in. And in general, it can be said, I say this based on my own experience, having started my uh, path of practice with sutric training in Zen Buddhism. I can say that in sutric systems, you generate all the Shakti, all the blessings, all the insights, awakenings. You generate all of that yourself. So again, there is no energetic help. This is a little debatable, because in sutra you also meet, like in Zen Buddhism that I'm familiar with, you also meet one's teacher or master one-on-one. It's called in Rinzai Zen, it's called San Zen. In Soto Zen, Japanese Soto Zen, it's called Dokusan. So there is this one-on-one meeting between teacher or master and student, where there is an energetic element of transmission, but still it is not the same like in Tantra. So uh, So in Sutra, you really generate whatever practice instructions you have. In Buddhism, categorized as shamatha or vipassana practice, you generate everything yourself. And this means that even though you get instructions, little bit of transmission from your teacher, master, in the best case scenario, by the way, there are so much bad pedagogy and just poor teaching skills nowadays that in the best case scenario, you get a little bit of that transmission effect in sutra system. But in tantric system, that's really the whole training method relies on blessings received from the guru and or um, the masters of the lineage before one's teacher and or the Buddhas, meaning the deities. So my own experience from back in the day, I practiced Zen Buddhism for about 4 years, and part of that in Europe, part of that in Japan, with the best, really highly respected teachers, and I was really following their advices to the letter. And I was practicing all day and all night, every day and every night. So um, when I started practicing, it really clicked for me. So um, I felt at the time and still do that this was the most important thing that I could do in my life. So I really dove deep in practice. And that's why I followed the instructions that I received to the letter. I was never lazy, never messed around with it, but always did my best to follow my teachers and masters' advice. So I did that for 4 years in Zen, and these were the first 4 years of my so-called retreat years. When, of course, when I was living at the temple in the monastery, you would sit a lot every day, and there would be retreats, sessions all the time. So you would sit hundreds and hundreds of hours. I have never counted, but hundreds of hours every month. Uh, and Nevertheless, whether I was in the monastery or not, I was sitting at least 8 hours every day, at least. So that was my practice for the first 4 years in Zen. And then when I came back from Japan, I felt like it just didn't work for me anymore. I had this kind of peak experience of overheating of my body, which clearly told me that this doesn't work for me. And of course, I also started to get disillusioned because I had been busting my ass for 4 years, day and night. And I told my teachers that I wanted to have this kensho, this awakening. This is what I was doing my practice for. And I didn't have an awakening, and I didn't. So this whole process started the disillusionment of, in my case, Zen Buddhism, and disillusionment of the whole Buddhist establishment that uh, happened over the next decade or so. I'm actually planning of making a video of this disillusionment, because I know that there are many like myself who have had same or very similar experiences. Anyway, so I was practicing a lot during my Zen years, and then overnight, I was reading some books about tantric practice, Kriya Yoga specifically, and then I traveled to Germany to receive my first Kriya Yoga empowerment, uh, and that changed really everything overnight. And I kept doing practice. My first retreat lasted how many years? 8.5 years, something like that, almost 9 years. So from the January of 2003 until November 2011. So almost 9 years. Uh, so I just switched at one point in the middle from sutric practice to tantric practice. And I remember my very first practice experiences with Kriya Yoga, which is a form of Hindu Tantra, where there are gurus involved and mantras and received through empowerment and energy centers and channels and channel practices and so on. Uh, it was still very fresh in my memory how the previous week-long Zen retreat felt like. And I literally felt during my first days, weeks, months of tantric practice that I could have the same experience in half an hour, 45 minutes of tantric practice that I would get after a week-long Zen retreat. So less than an hour practice of tantric yoga compared to full week of, sitting 15, 16, 17 hours in meditation posture in a meditation hall. Those were equal at that point. And I never looked back. I never looked back. I have actually, I did, I have joined Zen retreats after that also. I was curious, and some of my friends were teaching, so I joined Zen retreats with them. But um yeah, in tantric yoga, you don't need to generate everything yourself. Of course, you still need to do the practice, and there's a lot to say about the practice, all kinds of experiences that only come through dedicated, devoted, uh, committed practice. But it's nothing like my experience, it's nothing like compared with sutric systems. So it is simply much easier and much faster. Um, and Guru Yoga. So, coming to the topic of this video, so Guru Yoga is the main practice, is common practice in all tantric methods, whether we are talking about Hindu tantric system, Buddhist tantric system, Taoist esoteric tantric system, whatever. It is the main practice. Without Guru Yoga, there is no tantric method. And what is Guru Yoga then? It's very simple. So you have an enlightened master, whether that master is alive physically or has passed away 10 years ago, 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, doesn't matter. But you have a fully enlightened master, somebody who became a living Buddha, living fully enlightened master, somebody who attained Sambodhi, Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. So that is the requirement number one. You have to have a master like that. And there are many, many masters like that. Just to name a couple, Buddha Shakyamuni, the founder of Buddhism, Jesus Christ, the founder of Christianity, Guru Padmasambhava or Guru Rinpoche, the founder of Nyingma school of Buddhist Tantra, and so on and so on. There are so many fully enlightened masters, spiritual masters, who are technically called Mahasiddhas. Mahasiddhas. Maha means great. Siddha means somebody who's achieved. So somebody who is greatly achieved, greatly attained. So you have to have a master like that. And then how the Guru Yoga practice is practiced is that you turn to that master, pray to him or her, or use his or her mantra, visualize his or her. So all these different technical tools, prayer, mantra, visualization, and so you invite the Guru to you. You invite, whether it be it Jesus Christ, who is called Ishanath in yogic traditions, be it Buddha Shakyamuni, be it Sri Krishna, and so on and so on. You invite the master with a sincere prayer, or by repeating the mantra, or by visualizing that guru with you. So this is the technique of Guru Yoga, the so-called external aspect of Guru Yoga, invitation. And this external aspect leads to internal aspect. That's the second one. So from external to internal, from technique to blessings, receiving blessings, feeling the Guru, feeling the Master, receiving the blessings of Jesus Christ or Krishna or Radha or Babaji, Mataji, Guru Rinpoche, Yeshe Tsogyal, receiving after making the invitation. Receiving means that this is really the most important. Like I said, that in tantric system you don't generate everything yourself, and you don't have to, because you are inviting a guru, a master, or a deity, which is like a archetype of enlightened nature. So you invite, and then you are blessed by the guru or the deity. So you are blessed, and you only need to relax and receive the blessings. Receive and feel. When I teach, I repeat this all the time. Receive and feel. So external aspect leading to internal sensation, feeling blessings, and this in turn leads to what in Buddhist system is called secret. The third aspect, external leading to internal, internal leading to secret. What is secret? Our own true nature is the secret. It sounds maybe a bit silly, speaking about gurus and secrets. Maybe that is kind of a red flag for people who are very secular minded and anti-religion and anti-guru and anti-deity and anti-this, anti-that. But the thing is that when we are practicing, when we are involved with a fully enlightened master, it is the safest place where you can be. It's the safest place spiritually, existentially, karmically, where you can be. And when somebody is a spiritual master, a fully attained Buddha or Christ, anybody who has been in the company of a fully enlightened master, you know that it's a very special place to be. It's a very special opportunity to be in the company of a fully enlightened master. And from the perspective of Guru Yoga, like it's practiced in Tantra, it doesn't matter if the Guru is there in person, in the flesh, physically, or if the Guru has lived sometime, anytime in the past. So that's the thing about fully enlightened masters, that they transcend space and time. Us samsaric beings who are deluded, who are thrown away by the afflictive emotions internally, we cannot. We cannot. Our presence is not like that because we haven't transcended karma, meaning space and time. So, um, so when we turn to any master, the blessings are real. The blessings really are real. And this is something that I think materialists, modern science oriented materialists, find very hard to believe. And I'm not trying to convince everybody, I'm just explaining how these things work. But there is a reason why millions of people pray to Sri Krishna, millions of people pray to Guru Rinpoche and Yeshe Tsogyal, millions of people pray to Jesus and other saints. There is a reason for this. And the reason is because blessings and grace is real. Isn't that beautiful? It is real. And the main difference between religion and spirituality is that in religion, you just believe. You believe that you believe in God and you believe in Jesus and you believe this, you believe that. But in spirituality, uh, you have practices that lead to experiences. And through experiences, you can validate these things firsthand. You can validate whether blessings are real or not. You can validate whether grace is real or not. And most importantly, you can validate whether you have that same pure, God-like, Buddha-like, Christ-like nature or not. This is the gift of yoga, or I use the general term spirituality. And this is a very special when it comes to Guru Yoga, because you can turn to any enlightened master anywhere, anytime, day or night, east or west, north or south, and invite the master to you. And if that invitation is sincere, you know, when you are sincere and pray with sincerity, chant mantra with sincerity and devotion, visualize with sincerity and devotion, it takes it takes half a second for the guru to come to you. And then you can just enjoy, you can just take in. So you don't need to keep generating everything yourself. You can rely on the help of a fully enlightened master. So back in the day when I became a tantric practitioner, everything really changed because I was working hard, and I still kept working hard when I switched to tantra. But when I was working hard in sutra, in Zen, I wasn't getting I wasn't getting really much anything from the practice. It was just effort, 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 not really leading to anywhere, not leading to awakening, not leading to any other types of shifts, not leading to the healing of trauma. Oh, 95% waste of time of those 4 years. And I'm not saying that Zen is the same for everybody, but I do know that it is like that for a lot of people. And I know that because I've spoken with so many people about this exact matter over there. I've been a full teacher. This is my 18th year. So I've been talking about this exact matter with so many people. Uh, anyway, I'm not going into the problems in Zen. Last year in 2025, on this same channel, I made this project called Revitalized Zen. If you're interested in my take about Zen Buddhism, you can go through those videos and see how I fixed it, how I fixed those core issues, problems there. But my point is that it was so enjoyable, such a pleasure to start practicing Tantra. Because, like I said, in a practice session that took less than an hour, I had the same peace, ease, clarity that would take a week on a Zen retreat to come about. And that was just the beginning. So when I learned about how to practice Guru Yoga, how to invite the blessings by using Master's Mantra, I kept repeating it for the next 2 years non-stop. And I didn't stop after 2 years, but my point is that I really dove into it because as I was repeating Guru's name, Master's name, I was flooded, showered with such beautiful blessings, so beautiful Shakti, that then over time revealed my own nature. It's so much more enjoyable and it's so much easier than the Sutric system. And I think that this is a very central question now that internal yogas are practiced by lay people like you and me, you know. So lay people, we might have a couple of hours a day to meditate, to do our sitting practices, but we also have so many responsibilities with families, jobs, and so on, that we can't be sitting all day. So there, exactly there, is where the gift of Tantra, how to say, the gift of Tantra becomes available in layman's life. So highly recommend everybody to, you can check Open Heart YouTube channel, or you can check our website, openheartofallbeings.com, and you can find Guru Yoga instructions there. So try out, see how it feels like with any enlightened master that you feel respect towards. And it might change your life like it has changed mine and lives of many others. Okay, thank you very much again. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your lovely comments. You are welcome to leave a comment here. Or if you like, you can send me email to amrita.baba@hotmail.com. It has been lovely to receive your emails as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please, if you think that my videos, you find something beneficial and useful in these, hit like and also subscribe and share in your social media. It's a bit of a challenge, nowadays there's so much YouTube material, so it's a bit of a challenge to get viewers, get the message across, but with your help I can do it. So thank you very much and see you in the next one. Okay, bye now.